Flyover State of Film was shot in front of a live studio audience.
What the hell happened?
There it
It's
is.
starting.
There it is.
What's going on?
It's now.
What's happening? No,
Shout out to
no,
Duncan
I'm done
Set.
now. Now I don't know. I'm off my. I'm thrown.
You wore your cool boy hockey jersey.
Hey man, when the Halloween store has their sale, that's where I'm going, baby.
Oh, hockey.
All right.
Doctor Who.
Well,
It's
uh,
episode
right,
60.
right.
I get my Devils jersey.
Hello, welcome back to another Flyover State of Film, the show where I always remember that I'm supposed to do the intro during the warm-up, and then I have to like struggle to do one of these long-winded like stream of consciousness kind of deals until I figure out what I'm going to say, and then I'm like, hey, I'm here with the guys, say hi and introduce yourselves.
It feels like that same train of thought went into writing the script for TimeCrap. Like it's the exact same shit. Like before hitting record, they're like,
do you want
oh,
to
shit,
do?
yeah,
You
just
guys
like-
are so hard. I'm gonna propose because you guys are so horny for this. Do you
No,
want to
no.
just do Time Trap at the top? Like you guys are
No.
frothing to do Time
No,
Trap.
no.
I can't believe I've
No,
never
no,
seen
no.
you guys like this.
No, man, there's no reason to break structure, 63 episodes into the podcast for time crap.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These guys got a big boner for it, though. Everybody's
No,
real
no.
horny for it. So
I just felt like a good
Guys.
joke was in me, and I just like time trapped it in the beginning. But that's fine. Let's go.
The four of us brought Time Trap to the top 10 of Netflix this week.
so many people are gonna see Time Trap, and it's our fault. Told us to pull Chappelle Show, so we need some content right quick. Can you
Oh my god. Is there another cave? Just fuck it. There was a
did,
cave
sorry.
next
did
door.
Star Trek: The Next Generation leave any other sets lying around we could borrow?
The creators are actually like, oh man, I'm really conflicted. I just got this job writing season 29 of Supernatural, but like,
I thought you were gonna say I'm really conflicted because my boss at Starbucks is really a stickler during the holiday. All
Hey
right.
man, you can't ask for days off during the holidays. That's just a big
no,
move.
that's just not fair to your company.
guys, I want to talk a little bit news, and Yusef was very kind, and he texted me a bunch of different topics, but I want to throw them all out the window real quick because I want to talk about Ricky Schroeder, guys. Did you hear about Ricky Schroeder? Do you know who Ricky Schroeder is? He was the kid on the show Silver Spoons.
Yeah.
It's an old show. It was old. It was like a not even that popular show when I was a kid. But anyway, he was like he's been kind of a fringe TV celebrity. He was on NYPD Blue after Jimmy Smits, you know what I mean? So he's like fourth generation at the point where you're just like, who is Sipowicz carrying this time? And it was Ricky Schroeder for a while. So anyway, he helped bail out that Kyle Rittenhouse piece of shit.
Oh my fuck.
Yeah, he's one of these Second Amendment. Him and Scott Baio and fucking and what's his name, Ian Kane and Kevin Sorbo are all gonna touch tips or whatever. But like,
Yeah,
he's one of them.
any actor
All right, guys, you can
that's
follow.
a shitty actor and then they just say, "Oh, it's because I'm a Republican." They don't give me.
It's not
acting
because I
jobs.
suck at everything and I've sucked for 20 years. It's because I'm a Republican. But no, I just wanted to say
You
that
could
he
follow-
called the cops because of some mean tweets. Like people sent him some mean tweets and messages, and he called the police, and they came out and they're like, "Yeah, this doesn't meet the requirement for harassment. Even like you couldn't even get somebody Twitter banned for this. This is nothing." So Mr. Tough Second Amendment guy was like, "Well, my mean tweets." Oh my
You could
God.
find Brian on Parler.
It's pronounced parlay. I mean, if you were on parlay, you would know it was called parlay.
What's that?
Well, let's parlay this into another topic.
Joe, you finally did it.
He nailed it. I'm pretty
62
impressed.
episodes in, dude. My
Dude,
man.
let's just cancel this. This is it. We peaked.
Yeah, it's over. It's been great, guys.
Guys, where can the people find you?
No. We got some topics here because they're gonna trample on the corpse of Chadwick Boseman, and we need to talk about it. So,
Oh my
Black
God.
Panther 2 is back in production. They're looking for their new. Now, obviously, speculation is like it's gonna be Shuri, but maybe like M'Baku will back her up for a while. I doubt they're gonna try to replace Chadwick Boseman immediately.
I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
Bucky's looking for something to do, and white guys always need a spot.
Yeah.
What if the white guy saved
Or
the day?
what about I was saying Martin Freeman, right? Hot off
Yeah.
the Hobbit. You know,
You can still call him.
crack.
You could still
Hey,
call him
hey.
Black Panther because we all
I
know
feel-
it transcends race.
Hey, I feel like Joe has a great point because if they're gonna take my Captain America away and he's gonna be black, then Black Panther should be white then because it's only fair to create a balance. So I think
Yeah,
Joe.
it's a trade. We're having a trade.
Did anyone see like the I mean, if you went on like not YouTube, and like you looked up Black Panther 2 and like the cast listing of it, there's like Rihanna's in it, fucking Michael B. Jordan supposedly coming back.
That seems strange.
It's
That-
a weird
that-
thing where I'm like, I don't think that's real, and I think people are just
Yeah.
trying to pick whoever they can to throw them into
It's
it.
like
It's
I think
like-
IMDb
it's
sometimes like gets updated with rumors, and if like
Yeah.
something's a rumor, it'll go on because there's like sequels. I've like gotten excited because I saw a sequel was on IMDb, and like that shit ain't even in production. Nobody's talking, taking meetings on
Bro,
that. That's just a
it's-
dream project somebody had, you know.
I feel like there's no
Statuses-
reason why Kugler shouldn't. Everybody should just go like this. Let's take a step back for a fucking one
Well,
or 2
especially
years,
what is the damn hurry now? Like everything's
Exactly.
world. Like no, it's not like people are gonna forget they liked Black Panther. Like just give them time.
Yeah,
like,
but I bet they, I'm a cynic, and I bet they want that movie to come out sooner than later before people forget about his death, because it will drive up the sales. People will go. They want to.
Well, here's the thing.
like the Paul
It has
Walker
to have
thing,
a-
but they're not gonna put
Yeah,
him in it.
yeah.
I don't think.
No, my whole thing is like,
But
dude,
it will have a tribute, like at least like a funeral, and the fans will cry because it's a double meaning.
Oh yeah, though it's like the thing where the Marvel
T'Challa
logo
died
will be
off
all
camera.
pictures of Black Panther. There won't be any other heroes in it. Yeah.
well,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you can't recast it. That's not going to happen.
No,
Unless this
no.
was a new movie like line, like lineage of it, like I guess that sure, if you want to do that. But if this is staying in the same thing, there's no way you can recast it. You have to definitely mention it. There's no there's no way around it.
But
So
I think there's another elephant in the room that no one's talking, besides obviously the death that no one's talking about, is with the rushing of it. It's not like movies are on a regular slate. Like everything's pushed up a year
Yeah.
and then some.
Yeah.
Your like any movie that was supposed to come out in 2023, even 2022, is now even further in a fatter chunk. Like Disney, especially,
Yeah.
is staying very standstill because of their failure with Mulan. To be like, we're not releasing our things on digital.
They're
waiting.
gonna watch Wonder Woman real hard. They're gonna see what goes on with that
And
because
Wonder
that's like
Woman
the
will do-
combination
Ew.
HBO Max theatrical release, and then they're gonna pull it from HBO Max and release it on
So
VOD.
nasty, Brian.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's a
And-
real that Wonder Woman release, which is another one
it's-
of our little news stories. But you know
They're
Disney's gonna be
gonna
watching
be
that
watching that
real
movie
close to
so
decide
hard.
what they do with
Oh.
Black Panther.
Brian, you're right. And the thing is, Wonder Woman's going to do better because they're only going to be charging that $20 mark, and they'll market it better. Mulan was like, hey, it's $30, but yeah, if you guys wait a couple weeks, it's free.
Come on, baby, let's get that
And
vaccine.
it's 30, and you need to have our subscription.
Yeah, I think
So-
you just get to watch it on HBO Max. Do you even have to pay? Is it just going to be
I-
on there?
It's just
If
free,
I'm
yeah.
someone at
Christmas
WB,
Day.
I'm going, look at what Disney did. You're not doing that.
Yeah.
This is speaking of that, and I know it's not relevant, but is No Time to Die coming out on VOD?
The fuck is that? What's no
That's
time?
the
the
Bond
new
movie.
Bond?
Yeah, they haven't said. Remember, they gave it that like for
Blow
10
my
minutes. It
butthole.
had a December release, and then things flared up again. They were like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. So
Does anybody actually care about those films? Honestly,
Yeah, Joe
I
does.
watched-
Just ask about them.
yeah, man, I just watched all like 25. I do want to see like the new one, but I
Yeah,
don't
Joe,
care. Like,
the guy who was just asking.
yeah, man. Like I don't.
That's like when this Predator news comes up, somebody's gonna be like, "Who cares about Predator? I fucking care about Predator. I
okay,
love Predator."
don't you dare put Predator in the same fucking
At least the
thing
last
At this
couple
point, it
James
is.
Bond movies. have
At
been-
this point, it is.
I mean, at least like the last James Bond movie was watchable. The last Predator movie was an embarrassment.
embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
guy.
we also got the original guy back, which sucked even worse.
Right.
But I do.
The guy, it's
Talk about
stage
this?
it's
Can we talk about
stage 2 for me in quarantine. If you go back several months, I watched all the James Bonds. That was a different part of my life. We're at a new stage now. I'm painting and listening to hip hop.
Something's wrong with you, dude.
I like
He's just a
that
little
he's
Rest,
experimenting.
it's okay. A little fucking quarantine depression never
He's
hurt
young.
anybody except all the
But who
people it
is
hurt.
it? Is it the Rick and Morty guys are writing the new Predator? Is that what that was, or was that something else?
No,
Oh,
that's
that sounds
something
cursed.
else.
I don't know.
Who's
I
writing
just joined Twitter. I'm not up to date.
Oh, it's Bob's Burgers.
The writers are doing.
Oh,
they're not
Who?
doing the Predator though. They're doing something
No,
else.
they're doing something else. 2 women.
Deadpool. It's the new Deadpool.
Oh yeah, the new
The
Deadpool.
two writers from Bob's Burgers are working on Deadpool 3. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Didn't they? But they,
that's
you know,
Feige
you know,
involved.
the biggest mistake of Deadpool 3 is that, like, you know,
The
everybody
Deadpool 2
forgot
wasn't
that
very
the second
good.
one sucked. Yeah, the second one
It's so
sucked
bad.
It's so goddamn bad.
It's
Why
it's
is
bad.
there?
Yeah, it's
I think it's just because Kevin Feige's involved now. He's producing it. It's under the Marvel name.
regardless.
Yeah.
We can all 4 of us can sit here and go, why would they do that? It's bad. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna make a ton of money. That's why they're doing it.
I'm gonna
You
go
know,
to
they'll
the
be-
theater. I'm gonna sit down. I'm
I
gonna
am,
chuckle
I
a few
am
times.
curious.
Then forget
I
about
am
it.
curious as to where it falls though into their grand scheme plans.
Can I ask you
They-
guys a question? I want everyone's like little percentages right now. Everyone can make their own. The percentage wise of how much you expect to see Hugh Jackman show up in this as a joke. Either he
Cap-
plays Hugh Jackman himself, like Wolverine.
Oh, now that they got the Disney money, 100%,
That's what I'm saying.
110%.
It's going through
Yeah.
the fucking roof. It's like almost like right now, if we just like, yeah, it's gonna show up. We'll be the first people to like guarantee that.
There's
They're
been
gonna
enough
use-
jokes about him in the first 2,
Yeah,
and him and
exactly.
Ryan Reynolds are actually legitimately friends.
They're
It's
gonna-
gonna happen. Like
They're gonna
the
use
pay,
Deadpool.
just the money just wasn't there the last time.
They're
Exactly.
gonna use Deadpool also just to like joke around and like gum up all like the weird shit. Like they'll I bet you they'll reference the first Hulk movie with Edward Norton, Deadpool in there. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna pull from
Well, they're
all
also
that
already
shit.
getting ready to do multiverse shit with Spider-Man anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
door is about to swing open on all that with Doctor Strange and
Dude,
Spider-Man.
that
So
that is like the one of the most obvious reaction. Like you want to be proactive instead of reacting, but Marvel fucking just saw Into the Spider-Verse and they were like, okay, it works, whatever. Just
Yep.
well, and you got to remember that Sony has a lot of control over the Spider-Man franchise, and they're the ones who reacted to Amazing Spider-Man and reacted to like Marvel Cinematic Universe by going, "We're gonna make the Sinister Six movie where everything is based out of one lab and everything's a costume." So it's like, yeah,
pretty
of course
sure
Sony
Marvel-
reacted to Spider-Verse. They saw what worked,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yep, we're doing that now."
Marvel, I'm pretty sure Marvel owns almost all their properties, minus that back and forth with Sony and Spider-Man. I think the only one that they don't have locked in because I think Universal has it is Hulk.
That's why they can't make a
It's like
solo
a weird
Hulk
thing, a
movie.
solo one. It's like this weird like behind the lines type of shit.
yeah, but how long? Usually those rights like expire if you don't continuously make movies. So eventually, it's
gonna
going to be
go-
a fucking
yeah.
weird Universal
Yeah,
Hulk
it can't
movie
last
out of nowhere.
forever.
Well, the thing with Universal that they have a stronghold on is not their movies; it's the theme park stuff. Like
Yeah.
that contract's
Yeah.
ironclad. When you walk around Universal, it's 90s. It's all the 90s animated Hulk
Yeah,
and Spider-Man, but the Hulk movie stuff. I mean, you're probably right. That contract probably runs out sooner than later, where they're just like, "Great, it's ours now." Like they're allowed to make their movies. They're not cutting deals anymore with Paramount or Universal or whatever it was.
Do we want to talk any more news, or are we ready to move on? Is there any news story that you guys were hurting to talk about?
I'm not hurting, but it made me laugh that supposedly the reason why Steppenwolf is different than Josh Whedon one is because it was too scary according to the test screen.
Oh yeah,
Like that original version.
No,
he looks like the destroyer armor from the first Thor movie. He looks like the Sentinels from Days of Future Past. He looks like every other. They just made him shinier and pointier. It's not. It's like I don't. It's not impressive. It's not interesting to me. I just don't care.
Stupid.
Do they use the same
Yeah.
actors and voices? I would assume.
Well,
The performance. Yeah, I have no idea about
Yeah.
that.
That's
because it's a finished cut. So, of course, they're using the same shit because it's a finished cut.
But he
They're
said
just animating. They're just reanimating over the same. Like they got that dude's face on tape, mocapped, and they just animating over it with a different face or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a finished shot. It's a finished cut. So.
Yeah, clearly it's totally 100% finished.
I'll save it.
Yeah, guys, that movie was supposed to be, dropping this month.
It's a finished cut.
Yeah, for Christmas.
So low budget movies. I don't know if you guys noticed the movie that we witnessed for Brian's sake. It's pretty low budget, and that shouldn't be a deterrent for the quality of the film.
No,
because there's a shit ton of good movies, fantastic movies, maybe classics that are very, very, very low budget. So I wanted to ask you guys, what other movies that had very low budgets impressed you or you love? TJ, how about we start with you?
I just recently rewatched this whole franchise. I think it's probably one of the most underrated trilogies of all time. I don't know if it's necessarily low budget. I just know that you just kind of like, at one point you had a hit first movie, you lost one of your co-stars, but then you added a second co-star, which, if you ask me, is better than the first one. And it was the Friday franchise. Like, something about having a super low budget film. What's that?
I just said,
I'm thinking like, because you have this movie that comes out of nowhere, it hits on every fucking level. Then you lose your star, which was Smokey. I mean, Chris Tucker's Smokey is one of the most iconic weed-smoking characters you ever see on film, comedic characters you ever see on film, black actors who put a character out on every single person knows, and all of a sudden you go, he doesn't want to sign back on, he wants to do his other thing, and then we get Mike Epps. And Day Day is up there with Smokey. It's one of those things where you get Friday After Next and Friday. Yeah,
is it? Because I just heard that name for the first time right now.
What?
I remember I watched the Friday sequel once, and I was like, "Yep, there's just this one Friday movie for me, I guess."
What are we doing, guys? Friday After Next is literally one of the best Christmas movies, trilogy ending movies that are. I'm aggravated now by everyone's faces. That's all I'm saying.
I love that TJ's like hypercritical of The Dark Knight Rises, but it's like, but you know what is the finest ending to a trilogy?
Low budget.
Is that the one with the fucking dog catcher? Is that wait? Is that the one with the dog catcher?
No, that's the very first one. What? Okay, I had to evaluate my whole podcast ideas with you guys because I'm a little aggravated. Pops? No? Nobody?
Yeah.
Pops.
Friday, the
Pinky
movie.
Damon?
Yeah.
Who's fucking doing Tupac?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Troll
Friday. The first Friday is
Troll
great.
check out our latest episode. Troll Hunter is a very low budget film. You guys in on this one? All right.
Yo.
Who wants the next one?
All right. I've talked about this movie before on the pod. And I was looking through low budget, like what ones I do love and find generally like impactful. This was for $1 million, and it's Take Shelter. I've talked about it before.
For this
those-
the midnight special.
Yes, it's same crew, right?
Yeah.
Jeff Nichols and Michael Shannon. It's about Michael Shannon slowly going insane, thinking there's a giant storm coming and prepping his family, and no one in town believes him. It's a really great paranoia movie.
Like that.
And I mean, for a low budget, it does feel like a larger budget. I know that sounds weird because the acting is that well and the directing is done so strong. I was looking around and I was like, yeah, like I mean, you could go your obvious like big shout out to
Don't mention it just in case somebody.
No, like no one's gonna mention my Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Fuck, yo, come on, that's the one that I had.
But like, I don't know. I know I talk about the same fucking movie over and over, but that would be my super low budget pick. Because the question was phrased originally as like, what's something that surprised you based on its low budget? And I was surprised to learn how low the budget was.
It's another Michael Shannon low budge. This isn't my pick, but A Bug, the William Friedkin movie from 2006.
Yeah.
It's like a little bottle movie, just him and Ashley Judd. Feels like it could have been a play. Any movie that feels like it could have been a play.
It is.
How much did Funny Games cost? The remake, shot for shot.
I
feel like that might be pretty low budget.
I don't know. He probably spent like 7 or 8 mil on that, which is low budget for like a mainstream movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Brian, baby,
Bug
give me your pick.
Bug rolls. Bug creeps you out, man.
Yeah. And actually, talking about Bug and talking about budget and how bottle movies are made on the cheap. I had a couple movies I was gonna, but I just realized I want to talk about Pontypool. Anybody's ever seen it? It was like an IFC movie, Independent Film Channel. They produced some movies. It was one of, but I actually did a bunker on it back in the day. This is an inadvertent plug. I didn't mean to. But what happened is like a buddy, we were all sitting around one night and looking for something to watch, and he like accidentally ordered it. And he called the cable company and they cleared it up, but we still had access to it, so we ended up watching it. And it was really good. It's kind of like about a guy on a radio station. Him and his like small crew are trapped, and there's a zombie outbreak going on outside. You never really see a lot of the outbreak. A lot of it's done through like call-ins and people calling in and him having conversations with the people and then talking about it and like news reports. But the whole thing with the zombie outbreak is it's like a virus transmitted by sound. And it's called Pontypool. It's a really interesting concept. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
But talk about a hyper low budget. I mean, literally most of the movie takes place in this one room. Like it looks like the basement of a big church, kind of decked out like a studio.
I want to interrupt you. I want to interrupt because that's kind of sounds. TJ, you and I discussed it.
Yeah.
Vast of Night or something like that.
Yeah, dude. I was just thinking that in my head, dude.
It sounds just like that. Like it's this super low budget movie that came out for Prime. And
I do remember people talking about that. That was a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the sequences are people calling into a radio station and then they just interact in that way. It is super compelling and super well done, but it's basically that premise in terms of.
Well, I guess if you watch that Amazon movie and you want to check out Pontypool, I would recommend it.
I like that. I haven't asked Ryan. Can you make a comment below or tweet at me to watch and TJ to remind us to watch Pontypool when you listen to this episode?
I don't know. And then watch the DVD bunker of Pontypool. Search that on YouTube and find that. Give that a view too.
Okay.
Pontypool. It's Joe.
Pontypool.
Pontypool.
I have a few actually. And all right. So I have Safety Not Guaranteed.
That's a great one.
Safety Not Guaranteed. $750K budget. It's a good time travel movie. Yeah. Predestination. $5 million. That's a good low budget time travel movie. Time Crimes, $2 million.
Absolutely.
I hate you so much.
That's a good time travel movie. Primer, $7K. That's a good low budget time travel movie. And The Terminator, $6 million. That's a good time travel movie. All of them would have been fucking fantastic instead of the fucking bullshit.
Oh man, yeah. You've seen so many things, Yusef.
Hey man, safety not guaranteed. That's a good one. You got a nice Aubrey Plaza, Duplass brothers, Jake
Yeah,
Johnson.
fun.
Back to the
Next
Future is pretty
topic.
tight. You know, Back to
I-
the Future is it low budget?
Absolutely.
Third one,
Yeah,
maybe.
Hey,
And
I
it's
did
a
actually
low
want to
budget.
shout out
They
a
shot
super
it
low budget
twice.
movie, and it does feature
Right.
time travel. I want to shout out Red Letter Media's Space Cop. It's got Space Cop comes back in time. He's in our time now. It's super low budget. It succeeds in that thing where a website made a movie, but it's actually funny and watchable. It's not
Is
like
it?
a piece of
Really?
crap full of
I
in
haven't seen
jokes.
I've always been a little trepidatious of watching Space Cop.
I mean, I wouldn't call it good, but I had fun watching it.
Well,
If-
they're so self-aware
you-
that I've always
Right, like exactly. They know what they're making, but they're also like they know that what makes it fun is the earnestness and actually like trying. So I don't know. I think it's
Spend
pretty
every
fun.
Wednesday night watching bad fucking movies. Why wouldn't this be on the list?
Yeah, that's a great point. TJ.
Yeah.
That's a good
Explain
point,
yourself.
but because I never thought of it, and I feel like it's one of those things of like you need to know Red Letter Media to want to pitch it.
You should
And
do that and then do Pontypool.
Yeah, Pontypool, sure.
Pontypool.
Oh, and then we can watch the Andy Signore movie. Where he plays a janitor. That would be.
Fuck you!
Gross.
hey, bleep that name
Yeah.
out.
Joe.
Don't even
Hey.
give him air.
Time code on that one.
Oh God. Speaking of waste of lives, let's talk about. Oh no, wait, that's TJ's topic. Never mind. Bad segue.
That was a good. No, I see what you're doing and I like it.
Let's go into
All right.
TJ then.
Yeah, let's go to TJ. Speaking of TJ, what was your topic?
I
I'm not
spent
fumbling segues anymore.
We're back.
I kind of wanted to
We're
ask you
back,
guys.
baby.
I showed up on Janine and Morgan's podcast, just like randomly, like in the comments, stuff like that. And we were talking back and forth. They were actually shouting us out because they like that we don't take sides. We kind of play every side of the spectrum. We will hate you, we'll like you, we'll give you credit, we'll bring you fucking down if we have to. We don't fucking mess
Go
around.
for you to go to Jeopardy.
Yep. Definitely check out Morgan and
We're-
Janine's last
would you say
live
we're-
podcast.
Would you say
Uh,
we're fair and balanced? Fox News.
Yes. Copyright, baby.
So I was thinking, like, let's pick directors that we constantly hate on. That, I mean, this all came from a tweet that I saw that I'm actually going to use for my answer. I hate on Zack Snyder all the time. It's
Sure.
pretty sure that I hate on him. If I had to pick a movie for Zack Snyder to actually accomplish and do, there's one thing I've always said about this guy.
You know what I'd like him to do, TJ?
What?
Walk into the ocean.
Don't stop until the water hits your toes and then keep going.
Right. Go
I
on.
fucking forgot that you were gonna do that.
I did too. And then when he did it, I went,
I wanted to wait and make it kind of out of sync too. I didn't want it to see, I kind of let it roll. I would good. I'm glad it played.
There's
God
something,
damn it.
If I always said something about this guy, I love fucking Man of Steel. I rewatched it last night. There's a lot of this.
I'm with TJ. I like Man of Steel too.
Dawn of the Dead.
Comparatively to the rest of that franchise, it's very good.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorite horror remakes of all time, and he is at the helm of that. I saw this tweet and it actually made me angry, and then I went, no, that actually makes kind of sense. Someone was like, Zack Snyder should actually take on the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle franchise. And I went, if there's one thing he can do, is he can shoot a fucking frame of film. Rather it's monochrome or like some weird shit. He has great cinematography skills. Whether he uses them the right way all the time, that's a different story. But I think giving him something goofy and small and like, I think you strap him on budget if you're going to do this. If you're going to do a new TMNT.
So who's gonna be the Jesus figure? Is it gonna be Leo? Is it gonna be
it's going to be
No,
Splinter.
would you do
Splinter.
adapt? There's a newer. I just heard about it. I haven't read it, but there's a newer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story. It's set like in the not too distant future. All the turtles are dead except one, and there's one turtle, and he's like going around getting revenge and like avenging his brothers, and you don't know which one it is, and it like plays out through the story of like you find out slowly. Like give him something like
Don't
that.
spoil-
Let it do a really dark. Don't remake the
like
origin again. Like don't try to do the '90s turtles. Give him a cool new story to tell.
That kind of rules.
Yeah, and it's,
right?
and it's
Right? That's
and
what I
it's
thought. I was like,
perfect.
I don't care about turtles, but that sounds awesome.
That's
like
like
Ronin.
It's perfect because he loves to like do just graphic novels and just copy paste visuals
That's what
into frames.
that's what I'm saying. Like, as much as I knock the fucking guy, he can't write a fucking line to save his life. Got it. He can't develop characters to save his life. But the fucking guy can shoot a frame.
Oh, he can make
I
a
give it to
beautiful
him.
image on screen for sure.
Yes. That's the
I
one thing I
have-
say. Yeah.
There's one immaculate Zack Snyder moment from Written, and that's in Dawn of the Dead when they're picking the people off, and he holds up he goes, Burt Reynolds. Probably Zack Snyder's finest moment on film.
and also the line where he
I don't
goes,
know if that's his idea, but
the line where what's the dad from Modern Family? Like
oh,
Joe Straws and whoever loses to run across the parking lot with a ham sandwich. Fuck out of here. Great line writing. I don't know if it was him or not.
it wasn't him.
No, but that's like one of those things. Like the guy has these moments. I just wish he was so caught up in the Batman bullshit and Superman.
So can I just say, because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was done, I think layman's is
Fantastic point.
Yes! It's been so long since he had one of those.
God, and it was super long too. It was like
It really drew out. It was like.
Sorry.
all right.
Go ahead, Joe.
Am I back? Am I back? Doesn't say.
Seem to be
With
back.
Teenage Mutant Turtles as your pick, it actually, so this isn't my pick of a director, but it's a lot like how, Michael Bay didn't do TMNT, but he produced that one and people had their problem.
John Turtletop, baby.
Michael Bay gives you the Michael Bay product, and I don't think he's fine, and I think it's like people shit on, I don't like a Michael Bay shit because it's like a Nickelback thing. It's just become a meme where it's like, you didn't think of that on yourself. You
fair.
sat
That's
down
super
and
fair.
enjoyed the first Transformers and Bad Boys.
Do I think he should work with females at all? Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
I don't expect. We're all original here. I don't expect Michael Bay to be anyone's choice. Also, my choice. So I went really weird with this.
You know what?
U-Bolt.
There's sequences in Michael Bay movies where I fucking am blown away by
Painting game
the
is fun.
technique, the cinematography,
And actually by
the
literal
sound design.
explosions too.
Everything is just so immaculate, and then he just shits it with like a penis joke, or if a character takes a shit,
character.
it's like, God damn it, dude, you just made like a cinematic moment incredible, and then you just literally took a dump on it. But yeah,
Bernie Mac
Right.
and Transformers. Oof.
Jesus.
I
you
think he
pissing
says.
on me?
I think he says, "Hey, Memmy."
Oh boy.
All right. Anyway, my pick is a Michael Bay type person, Bo. It's U-Bolt.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
U-Bolt is terrible. Just looking at his whole
It's a psychopath.
film.
Yeah, just a
Who?
weird, insane person.
Yeah, and he just makes these terrible
He
video
did
game
beat up Devin Faraci though. That's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That guy fucking sucks. Fuck that guy.
So U-Bolt, props to you. I forgot about that. But
Yeah, he did
Shout
kick
out
Devin
U-Bolt.
Faraci that in a way that at the time nobody knew it needed to be kicked, but it did.
So I was thinking of it because I don't really have a director I hate. Like I would say, like TJ hates directors or something.
That's the way I felt. I didn't have a lot of hate.
I was
in my
like,
heart.
who is it? So I'm looking. I'm like, every movie I've seen
Don't
of
make me
U-Balls.
feel like a fucking monster now.
No, you're
Jesus.
fine. But I was like, every movie of U-Balls is just atrocious.
Can you
Fucking
guys?
blood-
I have a question. Like, just give me who the fuck
House-
are you talking about?
House of the Dead.
He
made all
directed the
those-
Blood Rain movies.
Yeah. He made all those.
Uh,
really bad
what is it?
video
What's
games.
the one? The last
Rampage.
The one was the Last King or whatever with
made Ra- he
Jason
made
Statham.
Rampage, the Rampage.
In the Name of the
Wasn't it
King
the
or something
Rampage
like
movie?
that.
No, he made the bad Rampage movie. He did not make the Rock
Right,
Rampage.
he made like he made like 3 Rampage movies. That's what I
Yeah.
know him from.
Yeah.
It's like this dude
So-
that wears suit armor and just kills people. That's the thing.
yeah, In the Name of the
I'm
King.
thinking about the gorilla and the crocodile bullshit.
Yeah. So he's
No.
he's lined up. But then I looked at his filmography, and he's also like award nominated for these like documentaries about Darfur and like so there's a side of him. I don't know if they're good or not. So I thought maybe if we let you bowl remake The Impossible,
Ooh.
the disaster tsunami movie with you and
That
McGregor.
movie made me cry so
You
much.
know what's
Oh
crazy?
yeah, that movie's heartbreaking.
Is that the one with Naomi Watts?
Yeah.
So I honestly, while you were saying his name, was like, didn't he make that movie about like the whole tsunami thing that happened? And I'm like, I thought that was it. I thought he did that. So yeah,
this is a total joke answer because it would just be a mess. Because clearly this guy, if he's good at making documentaries, can't tap into that for his actual movies. But so let's just move on.
No, that's fair.
Brian, what do you got? I'm sure you didn't do a joke.
No.
He's never funny.
I had a hard time thinking of because I was like, I don't hate a lot of directors. There's just a lot of directors. If I don't like the type of movies they do, I don't watch
Yeah, I
them.
had the
You know what I
same
mean?
taste
for Nolan.
And you just avoid them. But then I thought of somebody who literally has made some movies that were just like a painful experience to watch. And I remembered Gaspar Noé. And I thought if he could just be challenged to just make a movie that doesn't feature rape, that would be great. You know what? Just
What
really
did he
like
do?
he did Climax, and he did that movie, that Netflix porn movie,
To the Void.
Love.
Oh yeah.
The one about the
Into
lady
the
getting raped
Void.
in the alley, that famous one.
Could we just
rape
make an
movie,
amendment?
he did the rape movie.
Yeah, can we just do an amendment on this and also include Rob Zombie in that? Can you just do a movie that doesn't include rape also?
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't have
That's
to.
great.
Well, and honestly, I've thought about this, and it's helpful to have a woman in your life so that when you watch movies, they can be like, hey, how come the only way they know to show a woman in danger is to have her get raped? Like
Mhm.
how?
Yeah.
And also, do they know that it's scary for women even when they don't get raped? Like you could just show
It's
a
even
woman in a
scarier.
room with a man, and that's scary.
Guys, the scariest fucking moment for most women in like the last
8th
5
grade.
years is in 8th grade of the fucking car scene,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nothing
Doesn't
happens.
even show it.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Not gonna see it.
It's a really good
No,
movie.
you don't need
But
to.
I believe it.
It's a good
Like I
movie.
know what you're saying, and that's what I think too. And it's like
But
I don't
what-
know.
but
It's
what-
just kind of a hack
so
thing
it-
that a lot of like filmmakers
Yeah.
lean on. Male filmmakers lean on it to like
Mm.
it really like drives emotion out of people,
there's-
which because it is a
it's
horrible
not-
act.
Here's a
But-
cool
It's
little.
not even.
Yeah.
It's not even just movies. Books are plagued by that. I cannot count the times that
Bro.
I've read in a fucking book that bullshit as well. So
There's two scenes that I find myself always skipping through. Even if I've seen it before, there's two of them. It's scenes with rape, obviously, and adultery. There's
Mhm.
those two things, like
They're
like
hard.
someone cheating on someone, like in a sneaky way in a movie. It fucks me up mentally to where like I forget the rest of the movie and I focus on just that part, which is the same thing when I see these movies. What's that one with James Mars did the remake? James Marston and fucking
straight straw draws.
Straw Dogs?
Straw
Straw
Dogs?
Dogs. Yeah.
fuck. It's like one of those things where people's like, you gotta watch this remake. It's a remake of one of those classic fucking movies, and I'm like, why am I watching this
I
fucking
think
able and I'm
I-
angry about it? Like the whole.
You know what? You know what scene? You know what scene like that? And it's literally the only scene because I'm a big Thomas Crown Affair guy. I'm a fan of affairs on movies. I'm not that TJ, but the one that I fucking fully connect with you. I don't know why it makes me sick to my stomach. Is Getting to the Greek when they're kind of doing the threesome scene. It always fucks me up. I don't.
hurts, dude.
Why is this happening?
That
Why?
shit hurts, man.
What the fuck is
But it, like I think whereas with the rape thing, it's a lot of times used
Yeah.
as just a cudgel to like
Yeah.
boom, here you're supposed to
Brian.
be feeling something, you're supposed to be mad. Like there
Yeah.
are layers to be explored in relationships that have to do
Brian
with
and
adultery
agree.
and why people
Yeah.
I
cheat
think-
and why people
I'm a
make
fan.
mistakes. So there's something to, like there's meat on that bone at least to some
Yeah.
extent. I definitely feel like rape is used in a much more like lazy way.
I went back and
you're a
forth on
comics
this one.
podcast. What the fuck is happening?
I went back and forth on this one though, speaking because we're kind of all over the place here. The only one that I think it's the hardest to watch, but it serves a purpose of its like series, and it's a controversial one, is in The Sopranos, Dr. Melfi, because it's like you go, that shouldn't have happened. We never get the resolve of that. But then you think about it more, and I'm like, well, that just shows the duality of Dr. Melfi with like not saying to Tony, and you
It's a
don't
big
get that
character thing
payoff.
for her. I don't watch it when I've been rewatching
No,
The
I skip it.
Sopranos,
I skip
and
it.
I always skip the scene. It's like I know it happens. I experienced it the one time. I am aware of it for the story
Right.
purposes,
Yeah.
and I can
It's-
just move past that and just go on to like what she does to like process that and how
Yeah.
it pertains to the show. But
I'm using
that's
that as a
rough.
good,
Yeah.
lack of a better word, a good example of it done in something.
Right, it's
Yeah.
actually part of the story. It's not used as just a reason for a person to get mad and kill. You know what I mean? It's almost always in movies. It's just like, so either a man can get revenge or the woman can the person who got raped. It's always just used as like a horrific thing to shock you and then make it justified for whatever like horrible violence you want to commit on the other characters.
Yeah. So I want to bring
Can
that
I ask
back up.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are we
No.
talking about? What is the question?
The question we were talking about was
was about
directors, and I have my Gaspar no answer was partially just for you, Seth, but I am glad that it sparked
That was
that
a great.
conversation.
That was a great
because it is
segment.
something that
though. We
bothers
talked
me.
like for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This is why people listen to the pod.
That's right. That's why we please 30 people every 2 weeks, baby.
Oh, baby.
But I did have my other thing, and this is a guy I've been hard on. He's a guy who's been close to my heart, but I've pushed him away over the last decade or so, and that's Kevin Smith. I'm always open my heart to the man for him to come back,
Ryan
and I
is
would really
always
like.
open.
I know he dipped his toe and he did some of the CW shows and he directed. Give him a crack at a big budget superhero movies. Give him one chance to do a real one. You know, like I'd get into that. So that was my real answer.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the other one.
But I wouldn't go big budget. I would go Joker budget, like a more bear down
All right,
version.
but give him a
Let him
give him a
make Brightburn.
chance.
Yeah, let him make Brightburn.
But my whole thing with like
let him
Kevin
out
Smith
of the jail of making movies just for his own fans.
my whole thing with him is you have to give him some type of obvious creative, like he has to have kind of his vision.
Howard the Duck.
So I'll throw this out there and then we'll move on. I think he would do an amazing version of Swamp Thing, and that's just me.
Yeah,
I think he would. I think
I
if
did
you
hear the
gave-
Swamp Thing show was good, just nobody watched it.
Yeah, no one watched it. If there's a way to give him like something like that, a Swamp Thing. Who's God damn it? Who's the demon who like does these weird riddles?
Etrigan.
I think he would do incredible with something like that.
that'd be a
but has
cool
to be,
one,
Like
sure.
small. Yeah.
Give him the Turtles movie we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say mine real quickly, and we can jump to the other topic. The reason why I'm saying that is because we've talked about it in the past before, and my pick is M. Night. I feel like he was pigeonholed into horror, and he was pigeonholed into twists, and he's a visual master. Honestly, like watch The Village just for the cinematography alone.
I always wish he
Science
would
has
take a
beautiful
step
shots.
back on writing and just direct some other people's projects.
So I wanted him to do like just completely just take out of horror and like do an Eric Sorkin type drama. He just shoots it beautifully with a beautiful script from somebody.
David Fincher crime movie, you know.
Exactly. Like just like.
But that's what's baffling about M. Night. The only time he did not his own material was Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is one of the worst movies ever put on screen. It looks bad, like it.
Yeah.
He adapted though.
And talking about him, like you're saying, like, oh, like he did take over creative control with that, where the creators of the show were like, his name's Aang, and he was like, no, they would pronounce it Ong. And so you're watching this movie of this cartoon that's amazing, and then you see
an amazing cartoon.
Yeah,
such a good cartoon.
I watched it when I was running. I'm very hipster with this Avatar: The Last Airbender shit because I was watching what it was premiering, and me and my brother like really bonded over that series, and now watching everybody now liking it, and now I hate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Anyway, man.
Next topic.
All right, so
Final
I've been watching
topic.
a lot of music biopic
Oh yeah.
rap ones, and Eminem and 50 Cent starred in their own biopic, one good, one bad. My question for the guys is, alive or dead?
Yeah.
Who would you like? What musician would you like to see star in their own like semi-biographical movie or biographical movie? Kind of loose question, but it could be alive or dead. Back to do the movie, like give yourself some freedom there. I just don't want to hear So.
All right. So I picked Little Richard.
Ooh, like that.
Yeah.
Did you learn
He
about
was
Little
so
Richard
good in Full House.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a flashback memory.
Smollett's. He plays Smollett's uncle, who's in Birds of Prey. Little fucking wraparound.
Yeah.
He's a film. There you go.
And she's awesome in Lovecraft. So the reason why I picked him is, I have a second pick though, and I think both are fantastic movies that could happen. But I hate biopics, period. Like, the reason why I loved these two characters is because I read a bunch of stuff on them, and I prefer like reading stuff about people than watching those biopics formulaically. But I do want to touch upon like certain themes, and Little Richard specifically. He was like a very openly homosexual during his performances, during his lifetime. He experienced a lot of bullying. He was very into church. His father beat him up because he was gay. He was raped. He was a prostitute. He became a rock and roll legend. But the main theme that I want to touch upon is like he was like so flamboyant, and the reason why he stood out is because he was so flamboyant, and he openly said he was gay. And then when he was bankrupt and he hit rock bottom, he returned to the church, and he started like demonizing gay people. So I want to see that duality of somebody that became famous for his sexuality.
That's great.
And then he just like, because of guilt, because of religion, because of upbringing, condemned the very thing that
why haven't we gotten a good version of this story?
Hollywood, send me the check anytime you want.
I think the whole point of this is to have that artist play themselves, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. He actually, depending on how he, that's tough because you get him later.
It would be almost like him coming to terms of what he's doing with his sexuality and how he's portraying other people.
Because no one knows what happened behind doors and why he did what he had to do. If it was just to get back in. Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. Why'd you go first, you asshole?
Oh, you want me to go to second? I can go second because the other one is just as fun. I'm very, very into this one too. But go ahead, TJ.
Oh, you want me?
Oh, yeah. So you go, or whoever.
If you want a palate cleanser, I can give mine.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Brian.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm much like Yusef. It's well known. I'm sick of biopics. The formula, you know what I mean? It was laid bare by Walk Hard. Nobody cares anymore. You can't 100%. Surprise me. But what I do when they do a biopic that's like just a hyper specific moment in time in the life of one person, like I did like Lincoln. I think Lincoln is a good movie. I heard the Jobs movie was like that, love it or hate it, but it had that element where it like just picked up with him a couple different times.
Wait, is the Steve Jobs one where he hunted vampires?
No, that's it's Abraham.
My bad.
Lincoln was the vampire hunter.
Steve Jobs, vampire hunter.
Steve Jobs, vampire hunter.
I was just wondering about
just made a bunch of sequels to Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter that would just be a name and then Vampire Hunter.
Fire. This probably is the best episode we've ever done.
That's good.
Joe killed it with a segue. TJ just made me laugh at a joke, which never happened.
It never happened, dude. I'm gonna stay on that one for a minute. I'm gonna remute that in the
You're gonna get text Saturday at 3 a.m. Hey, remember when I made you laugh? Minute 46.
What's your pick?
Thinking of you, cutie.
Cat my boo sleeping.
So Brian, who's your pick? Who you want to see do their own life in a single story?
I just want a small moment, and I thought the best thing to do, and I think I came up with this before Joe harped so hard on the Dead or Alive, because I thought bring back the actual corpse of Michael Jackson and have him play himself making the Thriller video.
Okay,
And
I
you like
love it.
chronicle
Yes.
the time, you know what I mean? He's all, and then it's like, but it's not really him in makeup, it's the actual corpse of Michael Jackson.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
perfect.
I don't know. That's
Genius.
where I would. That's what I want to see.
Oh man,
Yeah.
like who would direct that?
Wait. Is it kind of like a Weekend at Bernie shit? Where when the music starts, he starts like.
It brings him to life, baby. That's
Can we
right.
start-
Wow, Michael could
can
really
we cut the
move.
podcast now and start writing this movie? Do
damn
you think we get the rights to
Do
his
it.
body?
Do you think, what? I'm not asking. I'm going to get it.
We could do a whole like cyborg Flash scene where we're sitting in the grave and we're doing the whole thing. We're like, fist bump me over his body, and they're like, no.
Oh shit! And you could.
Oh,
and
I
then
did
you
it
could
again.
and then you could be like, and then you could also like have someone play John Landis, be like, hey Michael, I know I murdered those kids in the plane, but like I murdered this video, right?
And then zombie Michael Jackson eats little Max, like child Max Landis.
Oh my god. Timeline fixed right there.
Go. We gotta go.
Timeline fucking fixed.
Right.
Oh, dude, I don't know. Hey, Brian, I forgive you for TimeCrap. That was such a good
Yeah,
joke.
I take everything back bad I'm gonna say in about 30 minutes. So right now.
Retroactively
All right.
after I'm done
All
saying
right. TJ, do you want me to say my pick or do you want to go now?
I'm just gonna go because mine's really simple and easy. I just thought of it. It was gonna say like Nelly or Ludacris, but I want to do something different. I want to do something where this artist is beyond his peak. He still makes tons of money. He can still sell out to your mom,
Jazzy.
grandmom.
Yes.
I want a movie about Bret Michaels after season 2 of Rock of Love. That's what I want.
Apprentice.
Yeah. I want him like the headband on that's definitely not his fucking hair. You know what I mean? I just watched a cringe with him in 07 with that.
It's like,
Why
are you
season two
a man
specifically?
or are you a bandana and a sentient horse tail? oh.
TJ,
Season two has some of the best girls on it. Daisy,
Rodeo.
Dude,
I'm gonna-
I used
yeah,
to
also, I'm
watch that
I'm
show
gonna actually mix up.
religiously.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually, and then you know what you do? You include Flavor of Love somehow.
Oh my
Crossover.
god.
Wow.
Do like a DC
Sir,
Avenger shit.
universe.
Sir, this all
Yeah.
spawned from the Surreal Life universe, just so you know.
And we bring Vern Troyer's body back.
All right, so I have a
Dead
question.
or alive, he said.
Is there a like an epilogue of the Rock of Love movie that out of the shadows comes President Donald Trump and says, "Would you like to be on The Apprentice with me?" And Bret Michaels won that season.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
there is.
After
there
near,
is.
That's a
after
testament
near
to Trump right
diabetes
there.
death, if anyone remembers.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he
Bret Michaels like
win
OD'd on
the
diabetes,
presidency
and then
after he
and then,
gave
like,
Bret Michaels the fucking Apprentice?
yeah.
You know,
We'll never know.
I don't mean to be critical of Bret Michaels, but he has had diabetes his whole life, and I've never seen a dude almost die from diabetes more times. This guy's passing out backstage at like every fucking show. I'm like, you know you got diabetes, guy.
Eat a granola, motherfucker.
No, man,
Carry a
he's-
granola.
He's too busy eating those fruit roll-up panties that the strippers wear.
I love it.
All right.
Joe, what
So
did you
my
pick?
is not as funny, but I think you take I would love kind of what Brian's saying. 'Cause my whole thinking on this is this would just go off the rails crazy. It would start off as a traditional biopic, but the guy would need so much creative control, and that would be Jim Morrison. And you take
So
Jim
hard.
Morrison, who went to film school and like had a way about him, and it's a late 70s movies and
How
like.
pretentious would a movie made by Jim Morrison be?
Oh my
Holy
God!
shit.
Well, there was a movie half filmed by him called The Hitchhiker, and it was basically Riders on the Storm, in the movie version.
I
But
just imagine him like the guy from American Splendor just taping a fucking trash bag.
so
It's hard.
my thinking of
That's
this
American Beauty, Yusef.
is
American Splendor is better.
Well,
It's-
yeah, that's how I knew you weren't talking about it. I was like, no, that doesn't sound like a good movie.
Who filmed it's a movie in the mid 70s. It's filmed by the Easy Rider guys, but all of a sudden Jim takes more control and it just becomes this weird semi art house life film about his life, but it's not really about him. And like he changes roles midway through because Jim Morrison just thought it would be better if he played John Densmore and not Jim Morrison. And like
And every single shot just goes through doors.
yeah. And honestly, like
because doors.
he just leaves. They don't have him for half the movie of his life because he just gets replaced, and he shows up at the end, and they're like, well, Jim thought it'd be cool if he just went off, and so we had to finish the movie, and I think that'd be a really fun project.
Fun fact: I smoked a cigarette and drank whiskey at his grave because apparently that's what you do when you go to Paris.
You
So he is dead.
Shit.
Yes, this would also
No,
be.
there were a bunch of
zombie
fun
movie.
Would you
guys
walk
really
across
happy,
Abbey Road,
yeah.
take your shoes off, and cross Abbey Road too?
No,
You loser.
Fucking nerd.
I'm not a man celebrating
Did
every
you go
second
hold up the
married
Leaning
moment
Tower
of
of
the
Pisa?
And guys, we can do all of
I
this.
kicked it. That's a good picture. Oh, so before we go to the other topic, I want to quickly mention Dennis Wilson, the Beach Boys. He met and helped the Manson family.
Yes.
Yeah, he put them up in their house. They stole from him $100K. He introduced Charlie Manson to people in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And the house where he met Charlie at, and Charlie stayed with him, later became Sharon Tate's house. So Dennis Wilson became super alcoholic and fucked up because he was blaming himself for the events, and eventually he drowned. He killed himself by drowning. So I want to see that full arc of in the background we know he's super famous and millionaire because of the Beach Boys. He's hanging out with movie stars like Steve McQueen and all that shit. But the main thesis is gonna be his arc with the guilt of
Wait, is this all while he
potentially
was
bringing Charlie Manson to the world.
Is this all while he was showing up in Full House and having all those weird cameos with Uncle Jesse because Uncle Jesse loved the Beach Boys?
You're thinking of Brian Wilson.
It's Brian Wilson. That's the other
who's
Wilson.
also crazy.
Yeah, who also is crazy legitimately.
Yeah,
has mentally.
I would love to see that. Is Tarantino directing this?
You can't just call him crazy.
Yeah, no. Actually, the sequence where Tex, Brad Pitt's character, picks up the hitchhikers.
Yeah.
That's how Dennis Wilson, met the Charlie Manson family because he picked them up. They had sex.
He thought he was going to bang an underage girl, and turned out he was helping a cult.
Yeah, in the movie, Brad Pitt's like, "How old are you?"
Oh,
and he's 17.
I'm obviously running over it because I want to quickly start TimeCrap because it's kind of running out. But he also beat up Charlie, and Charlie kept sending bullets to his house saying that you're next. After he got arrested, some of the Manson family broke in and threatened his life. And he also kept getting bullets. And when he died, Charlie said in prison, he died because of my shadow. His shadow kept following him.
I want to see this movie.
Aren't cults fun, guys?
Yeah, we all love a good cult.
Illuminati.
Did you know 70 half of America is a cult right now?
Yeah.
79,
cool, right?
Yeah.
Yusuf, that's really interesting.
You see the new leader, Randy Quaid, going with the video?
Oh, guys, let's move on the topic because that is just so upsetting.
You guys ever seen The Joker?
Randy Quaid's gonna turn me into the Joker.
God, Randy Quaid is about to be the Joker. They're like, Cousin Eddie, bam, you're dead. Whoa, Cousin Eddie just shot me, and then he's gonna get pardoned.
All right, let's talk about.
All right, guys, this is my episode. It's time for me to intro the movie. Now, I think there's some people on this podcast who think that every movie I suggest is me being here's one of my top 10 favorite movies, guys.
Yeah,
Make sure that you think this is great.
Hey, play back.
I watched this movie. This movie's
play back how he sell this movie. Play it back. Right here. Play back how fucking he sold it before we continue with this bullshit revisionist history.
Listen. I watched this movie a couple weeks before I
I
suggested it.
need somebody to talk with this movie. It's
Exactly.
so
I need to parse this movie out. This movie is it's like it's got a
So bad.
CW, it's a Black Mirror episode with a CW budget. They spent all their money, which was not very
On
much,
the
but
last
like
shot,
on the
the last
CGI
shot,
and like
the
but
last
not
shot.
on none on the actors. They hired people who could not get picked up on the CW even. Like they hired the worst of the worst.
It's bad, baby.
Queeby
They
passed
don't
on them.
like the makeup effects, the cavemen are just they look like a school play, like a version of a caveman. But I think that like the reason they did all that is because they had this interesting like nugget of an idea, and I think it's still kind of there in the movie, and there's enough weird shit in it that like I don't know, it was just enough fun for me that it was like I know this is I'm watching, I'm like 2/3 of the way through, I'm like this is bad, but then when the 9-foot giant comes down the ladder and gets in a fight with a caveman, I was like, maybe I'm actually in love with this movie. So
So, TJ, could you put the picture I just sent up on screen
I can
of the
add.
caveman that had the caveman with the Asian
The
tattoos on
blackface?
his thigh? No, he has Asian tattoos
Yeah,
on
he
his
had Asian
thigh,
symbol
and
on his thigh.
I'm like, fuck, this movie's amazing. They're
there's one at the very end that's
they're
jumping
saying
around.
that caveman's
Wait,
had
we should.
society before.
I wanted to give the little precursor, but I should just like real briefly let me tell the people what the show, because nobody's seen it. Like you said, the four of us gave this movie its first 5
Hey, my
views.
wife saw it too, so there you go.
So,
There were 5
just so you
seen
know,
She
a
doesn't
guy
count as a view on Netflix, though.
there's a professor type guy.
Hopper.
He's looking for his missing parents who disappeared when he was a kid. He finds their van and a cave they apparently went into. He goes into it, he goes missing. So then his like research assistant, and I don't know whether honestly I couldn't piece together the relationship of any of these characters. I know two of them are sisters, and one of them's like the neighbor kid, and then but the guy,
Oh, Minnie
I don't
Harvey?
know
Minnie
how
Harvey
he's related.
Weinstein?
Is he dating the girl with the truck, and the truck girl is the sister? It doesn't matter. A group of teens go to search for him, and they also get trapped in this cave. And in this cave, they're having weird things when they go in and out of it, and it turns out that the cave time is passing super quickly while they're in there. It's like the fountain of youth, but the fountain of youth doesn't mean, well, actually it does end up meaning an actual fountain of youth,
so
but it also
goddamn-
is like you stay young
There's
forever because
actually a
time
fountain in
passes
the
without
cave.
you know. But anyway, it becomes a weird time paradox, time travel, time slowing down movie. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And then at the end, they are in space and everyone is dead, and they are meeting like weird alien humans.
All right.
So that's just so you have a frame of reference, everybody.
The only way I can really explain this type of movie is in the first 25, 30 minutes, I'm like, this is the worst CW pilot I watched.
That's exactly it. I was like, oh my god, all these actors are so bad. Everybody
And
in
I've
this is
watched
terrible.
so many CW pilots. And I'm
It
just like,
fails. No, dude. We keep saying CW, but I feel like it's more
It's
like
UPN.
a Hallmark. It's a Hallmark movie.
It's UPN
Yeah.
9.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. Part of the problem with this movie is the expectation set by it just being a movie, by it being like a standalone thing. Like I said,
Yeah.
this feels like the idea feels like a Black Mirror episode or a new Twilight Zone, like
Yeah, but
like
fine,
Jordan
Brian,
Peele Twilight Zone.
You keep harping on the idea, and the idea is fine. Like it's a time travel cave, but the characters suck, the writing sucks, the visuals sucked, the acting sucked, the score was irrelevant. So why are we fucking watching this? You could have
Guys.
No,
just the nugget of the
like I
idea.
said, I thought
kept
I just
fucking their life.
I was with you. I was hating on it as hard as anybody, but then when the big weird spaceman came down and he started fighting the caveman,
guy.
and
Yeah.
then
Okay.
and then they got to the part with and then they got
Yeah,
to the
but
part
you
where they
could've-
find the
you could've
inner
just
core,
take that
and you have all the
second.
conquistadors fighting with the
Brian,
cavemen. I was into that too, like just the reveal
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
dude.
Okay, that's
I was
great. That's
so-
great. That
I was
deserves
so
half
on
a star. That deserves half a star. My fucking problem is it takes It should be 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes in the
What the
intro
heck?
to
It should
get
be
us
an
through
hour-long episode.
to
It
that.
should have been an episode of Black
It took-
Mirror, not a full
It took
movie.
40. It took 45 minutes to get to them going. Oh, time's passing by too quick. You had to watch some shitty vlog with the kid that can't act.
Also,
Oh, come on. When they discover Furby's corpse,
don't-
you know you were like, what
Wait,
the hell
wait,
movie? What's
Yeah,
the tone of this
okay.
movie?
I agree with Brian. Furby deserves a little bit more credit. That's the only character I remember.
yeah, I love the YouTube vlog series in the middle of the fucking movie. It was so much fun.
Well, it's like, no, we
Um,
need to get an exposition dump in here. We'll give it
Yeah,
all to
yeah,
the
fucking
speech
hell.
impediment.
Dude, the moment I almost threw my laptop because I was like, you know what? Maybe I was too
You
harsh.
watched it on your laptop.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I was too harsh on this movie. I'm gonna give it a shot because I always generally give it a shot. The past, dude, it was like 5 seconds. I was like, maybe it's not. Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, that was the best.
You know, I always give it that moment, but the moment where you keep saying like it's the nugget, right?
Mm-hmm.
The main dude, well, one of the main dudes is like this professor. He's like super educated, blah blah blah, super smart archaeologist, blah 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 blah, right? He goes outside of the cave and everything is covered in plants, right? He can't start the car, everything is jagged, everything looks weird, right? And he comes back to the cave and his words verbatim is, I don't remember eating breakfast this morning. I think I'm having some kind of an episode. This is like a professor at a.
He's got low blood sugar, so he thinks that plants grew up over his Jeep because he's got low blood sugar.
Fuck me, dude. I almost threw the
Guys,
laptop.
Here's something I was speculating about. When the girl climbs up and so much time has passed that it's like a desert, it looked very Planet of the Apes to me. Do you think she's in Planet of the Apes era at that point?
Is that what's her face? What's the main girl?
Lady?
I don't know. I just know the main guy's name
Guys.
was Taylor, and that's like
No,
she's
no,
up
no,
there.
I mean
Taylor
the Planet of the Apes
on
girl,
that planet,
like
Planet of
Mark
the Apes.
Wahlberg one.
Guys, the movie
not-
Timeline has the same plot and is a little bit better.
I might have seen
I'm
that
not-
too. Listen, the point is that
I'm not.
this, like, I knew this
Anyway,
movie
but I
was
do have a
good.
bigger.
I guess what I wanted to find out, and I got my question answered, was is the like when it finally gets interesting. To me, I guess that was enough to make it enjoyable. When I watch it, and even the second time, when I got through to the end, I guess I kind of like passively watch it. First of all, under 90 minutes, tight, love that. Because it should have been
feel
because
it.
it should have been
TJ
45 minutes.
that.
But anyway, but so like you kind of passively watch it for a little while. But then, like I said, when they once he makes the realization, and she's like, and then it pretty much kicks off, and the rest of the movie is all the good stuff, the spaceman and the fight, and then finding the core and figuring out, and then like the weird, like the ending is bananas. Like I love this. Like the ending goes so far.
Oh yeah, let's. I'm looking forward to the sequel where like space Power Rangers are.
Well, no, they're
Taking
like
over the
space
galaxy.
celebrities. They're like Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer. They came
Dude.
back now, and they're like,
Speaking of that, you guys should listen to our episode of our Pauly Shore episode where we discuss a better movie.
that doesn't
about
exist.
I have a
cavemen.
question.
did that come out?
There's a part. Okay, we can get through all the bullshit. We can talk about all the cavemen. We can do all that fucking
It has not come out,
stupid
Brian.
ass shit that happened. There's a part where I remember her name because she was hot. Kara is in the water in that weird ladder thing that the caveman go. The button busts and he hits it. She's getting it. She's getting like her face grabbed by like alien hands. It's alien hands, and they put a mask on her. Then there's no aliens ever
Yeah,
at any point after this.
Well, you
It's
see them kind of like a shadow. Like they didn't have the budget to
No.
show a good
yeah,
alien.
they used all their budget.
Dude,
So
Cavemen?
this movie was like the set designer and the costume designer was Party City, and they ran out of fucking masks.
the
They were like,
spaceman
"We only got
outfit
hands."
was bad.
No, because
No,
you're downplaying how much of it is clip art, is CGI clip art. Like it's not all Party City.
So,
You know what?
okay.
Like
Dude,
to me, this was
wait,
just
wait,
this
wait,
was the
wait,
epitome
wait,
of it. How
wait,
did this
wait,
get made? Movie.
wait.
It has a core of an interesting idea, but the production is so cheap that it's never gonna get to where it needs to be any good. And
No,
but it was
I
fun.
was
But the ending, like I said, the last 20 minutes or half hour or whatever for me was fun enough that I didn't care. Like it shocked
but
me
the
with when
spaceman
Furby when
fighting.
they found Furby with the broken neck. That shocked me and like got my attention
That was
again.
good.
And
That
then
was
it was
good.
like another 20 minutes, and then the ending was
No,
kicking,
stop.
and it was enough for
Stop.
me.
Stop, because that's the most hilarious moment of the entire fucking movie when they find Kirby dead. Because everybody's like, "Don't look at him! Don't look at him! You can't look at him!" And all of a sudden, like, there's dead silence, and this dude goes like, "I think he broke his neck." Like,
Okay. Yeah.
they were been
That's true.
protecting this
That's
girl
true, yeah.
this entire time, and he's like, "I think he
Keep
broke
me
his
away. And that's the one thing where I'm like, I was invested in seeing what happened over that rock. The fact that the guy off screen, he's not on screen, and it's just a voiceover, and he goes, "I think he broke his neck," and I'm just like, oh no, oh baby, no.
It was so funny. And then everybody's alive in the end, so no consequences. Like,
Well, that's
Furby's
because
dead.
the actual Fountain of Youth was really there. They had healing waters.
Yeah.
I
Well,
knew
why did
they.
they
Which I was like, I kind of was like, I almost wish, I don't know. I guess
Okay,
you can't criticize this movie because it's too dumb to criticize.
Sure,
But I would say
right,
if I was to change it,
right.
I would take that part out because I thought the idea of the time bubble being the Fountain of Youth, and
Yeah.
that's a
doubled
more
it.
interesting concept.
So
but-
maybe I'm smarter than this movie, and I'm not saying I am because I'm a pretty stupid person. Is the spaceman that's down in the cave with them?
Put him in the fucking
When- No, just listen. When his head, like the mask comes off, was I the only one thinking, oh, this is gonna be like Furby or someone who is aged and out of the Fountain of the Youth and like came back to save
That's
them?
what I,
Until we
see,
start
that's
speaking
what I
another
told
language.
Sarah that it would've
My whole
been
thing
Yeah,
is
but
like
he was.
came
Oh
back
yeah, I knew it wasn't when he's like immediately when it looked nothing like the kid, but like
Yeah,
that's where my
but it's
thinking
like-
was. It's gonna be like we came
he's
to
like-
find you and like Earth's blah blah
It would
blah.
have
Like
been dumber or better. I don't know. I don't know if. it
I
would've
also have
been
one
dumber or
other
better.
thought of this movie that my
Wait.
expectation.
But I wanna stay on your spaceman because when he came down, he was like super huge, and I'm guessing like the gravity in the cave was super strong because he was like very tiny when he was fighting the caveman. Like he fucking shrunk down the fuck.
They
in that
didn't know how to do the forced perspective anymore.
Yeah.
at all.
So
I mean, that actor probably was legitimately probably almost 7 feet tall, but when he comes down that ladder, he's enormous.
So my
Yeah.
other thinking of this, going to this movie, by just looking at the poster and knowing it was about time travel, I thought we were gonna do like a looper scenario. I thought it was gonna be like not a looper. What's that movie called? Hop Jumper. I thought it was gonna be like a jumper scenario where they're like this group of teens jumping through time and
Yeah.
like not just like a bottle episode of a bad TV show.
I do like the concept where like you realize it way before the characters in the movie ever do, but like everybody they know is dead within them
Yeah.
being in there like 10 minutes. Like
Minutes.
they're in the cave
Yeah,
like
minutes.
Give a
10
shit.
minutes and everything's done.
She's like, it looks like a bomb went off. We're like, you want to like get cried, and then you get the weird news clip of her dad being like, "Oh, my daughter's back. It's been 2 weeks." And you're like,
Nope. Hey,
No.
I'm glad you're all having fun here on the space station here at the end of the movie. Don't forget that everybody you know died sad because they thought you disappeared.
yeah.
Also another
They were
thing
true
is,
crime podcasts made out of
Right,
you.
people made true
And
crime
suddenly,
podcasts about
Kate
you.
disappeared.
they're treated
Nobody
like
knows where she went.
Even the dude's hippie parents are. I love that the guy's hippie parents are back. He's older than his parents, but they're alive again too. What?
Sister.
Yeah.
They didn't get the cowboy though. Nobody saved the cowboy. Eating.
well, that's
No.
fair. So
First-
yeah, time
Okay.
poop.
Cavemen. Can we talk about that for a second? Why are they
Yeah,
like
Encino
the
Man.
villains of the
Right,
fucking
Encino
film?
Man.
Yeah.
Encino Man is so good. Watch out for Flyover, like
Oh,
Me
I
and
wouldn't
Joe.
hold your breath on
Encino
that.
Man.
yeah. I was
But-
like,
Wait. I do have one note. So I was looking for the budget of this movie, right? Because my premise of joke of the first answer was based on the budget.
I'm
So I
guessing.
found
I'm
their
gonna guess five. Five
No,
million.
wait. Wait. Yeah, I actually found it eventually. I didn't find it on 1 million.
1 million. Okay.
Yeah, 1 million. So I found their website, and in the website there's a production notes, right? And there's a bunch of stuff. It premiered in some festival and whatever, blah blah blah. But then there's a section, and it's just so good. It's so good. because it literally says it was received to positive reviews, and literally in parentheses it says add quotes from websites, and they mention the websites. Like somebody coded that in, saying like, "Oh, remember
there'll
to
be some
add the
positive
quotes."
reviews. They can just add them in later.
Yeah, just add the quotes when eventually we have the, and they never added them. It's there in the fucking website. It's mwah, it's beautiful. I love it. That's one of my things. Ratings phase.
The ratings
man.
phase.
Yo,
Oh God, I watch a lot of bad movies more than anyone here probably.
Well, arguably.
That's why I thought you could get into the concept more.
I enjoyed.
It's all right. I get it. It's fine.
This would
I
be a better.
got my answer, guys. I get it.
No. I want to give Brian a prop on this.
I had questions and I got my answer.
Shut up, Brian. This would be better. This would be a fun watch if the four of us were able to sit down and watch it and rip on and go, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Trying to watch it to talk about it is what makes it hard.
he said.
Having said that, I want to give it a 1.6 snapped necks of Furby, where the fuck his name was.
I think he has his name.
1.6 fractured vertebrae.
Yes.
Mind
Like-
you, he also survives that fall.
And you find out he didn't fall. It was a caveman, bro.
Oh, he
So that
the shit out of him.
that's where I'm at with that movie. It's fine. It's better than Cats.
Yeah.
Low bar.
Pretty
Low
much.
bar. Guys.
TJ, our resident shit lover, where did you fall?
Yeah, if this movie came out in the 80s and had no
Oh, you
CGI,
would've loved
Love
it.
it.
TJ's favorite movie, it would have been his
TJ
TJ. We'd
would
have
be
already
like,
had to
"Guys,
watch it 3
You would
times.
have fucking loved it.
TJ would be like Ricky Schroeder's in it, and he fucking.
Now, I want everyone to stay with me here. Stay with me here. What if Randy Quaid played Hopper, which is the professor who gets lost in the first place?
That would be better.
TJ claims to hate this movie, but he knows all the character names.
I know all, and the worst part is that I was gonna ask you. I was like, "Do you guys remember any fucking character names?" I'm like,
I remember thinking,
Evie,
Stranger
Tara,
Things, Hopper.
Taylor, Furby.
Maybe because
I do
they
remember
mentioned
Taylor,
it
but only
like
because of the
3%.
fucking Planet of the Apes thing.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense. Yeah. Also, that guy wishes he could play Superman at some point in time whenever they redo.
Superman has a square head.
Such a square head. That's his jaw was like. That looks like straight out of a comic book. But anyway, I'm gonna give this movie. I'm not gonna go as rude as Joe. I will give this 2.5 7-foot Norwegian men. I'm pretty sure that's, which would have been a cool fucking concept. Then when that guy comes down and he starts speaking the alien language, they're like, he's a giant. Like, what if he was a Norwegian giant? We're all of, like our bassists.
And they just take them to Norway.
Yeah, and it's just giants everywhere, and then we're like,
Oh no, it was just New Mexico that was all fucked up. Everywhere else is fine.
And then like squashy Irish people are like 2 foot tall dwarfs, and then like